Good afternoon, everybody, and I would like to thank you very much, Alessandro, for inviting me for this so interesting panel. In a way, I'm going to make a speech that is a transition between the policy panel and the market panel. Okay, I have to go to see this. Where is the... I have to... Okay. Sorry. Well, I work for the Bank of Brazilian Development Bank, which is a bank that funds all the industry on long-term investments of the industry due to some peculiarities of the domestic financial market. But the essential point to say is that it's the second major development bank in the world. Only the first one is China Development Bank, and it is huger than the World Bank in terms of loans, and supports all the economy in Brazil, not only the investment, but innovation, also municipalities, exports. In this sense, it's also an exim bank, and innovation. Innovation, as a matter of fact, is the main concern now in the bank, and we finance with the best conditions innovation activities. Also, for this matter of IoT, it is important to say that we fund also municipalities that, in last resort, they implement smart cities. So they are one of the partners of smart cities. So we also participate in this kind of environment, funding municipalities. We are going to say a few words about smart cities. With these tools, equity and loans, I'm not going to explain all of this, but the important point is that we can use a basket of different instruments to each company and each project, from the investment to equity to exports. We can do a whole package for that. But this is one of the main objectives of the bank, which is, I wrote the mission, is to foster sustainable and competitive development, but at some time reducing social and regional inequalities. As a matter of fact, BNDES stands for Brazilian National Social and Economic Development. So, but in English you say Banco Nacional de Desenvolvimento Econômico e Social. Entonces, this is the main point I would like to stress. And our vision, and this is important for this discussion, is that we have to be ahead and looking for the future in order to correctly balance our instruments to foster the development and of the companies in the country. We fund almost 80% of the companies installed in Brazil. So that's why we think that we must be proactive and identify correctly the challenges of our society, that we organized an Iot International Seminar this year, May 14, May 15, and Alessandro was there, and some of the attendees of this seminar too. We all have panels on visions and perspectives, 2 days, enabling technologies, applications, several kinds of applications, smart cities and so on. You can read it. And besides having some panelists from the government, ministers and deputy ministers, we had a partner of McKinsey, CEOs of several companies installed in Brazil, from Google, Next, Cisco, Telefónica, etc. And some of the panelists, then some of the attendees that are here. Commencing by Alessandro Bassi, that kindly invited me to participate, and Wanda Scartesini, that spoke in the last panel. But I'm going to skip lots of slides, because slides, I'm old, it's not slides, but the big numbers were already discussed by Wanda Scartesini. I'm not going to repeat them. Suffice to say that we are the #5 market of mobile phones. I would like only to stress one thing. It is now Brazil currently is the 7th hugest economy in the world, as Wanda said. But in IoT sectors, we are sometimes the third, the fourth, or the fifth major market in the world. So, as Wanda said, and we'd like to stress that, we have a diffusion pace very rapid. And sorry for my English. We have this is our estimations for the M2M in Brazil. This is from our Ministry of Communications, and of course we have the Cisco and the Ericsson estimates that already were presented. But regardless of the numbers, the point is that this market will be huge. We have to have a crystal ball to know what is going on for fact. But the business models will change. This is true. And what I would like to stress, I only have 5 minutes, and we have now currently some smart cities going on. Some of them won prizes, world prizes, and Rio de Janeiro won the prize in 2013 and the best smart city in 2014 also. But what I would like to stress that we have not smart cities. We have experiences for lighting or for energy or for mobility, etc., transport, and so on in Brazil. So, and other projects, for example, Águas de São Pedro, a similar project from Telefónica that was inspired by Santander. And as Wanda said, we have a pilot of a huge of University of São Paulo that she mentioned. I'm going to skip. This is what we have in Brazil. I'm going to only to use this slide and skip all the others. We have several government programs. We don't have, like many countries, one program, integrated program plan for the one policy for IoT. And this is a great challenge for policies, by the way. We have some policies that are important. PADIS, for example, is a special program for development of semiconductors and displays, 2007. PNBL is the broadband national plan of 2010. And we have a digital cities project program by the Ministry of Communications of 2013. Yeah. And only an observation, this digital cities program is conducted by the Social Inclusion Secretary of the Ministry of Communication. So it is biased in favor of the citizens in this sense. It's more a project of digital inclusion of municipalities. I'm going to and of course, we have a broad policy of what we call Política de Informática, but it is an ICT policy that stands from 2001. Okay, thank you, Wanda. And so we have, and financial instruments. It's mostly, not only, but mostly grants for companies. And BNDES funds the companies for all sizes. We have an angel fund for the startups until the huge companies that we also finance. I'm going to skip all the other slides. Okay, you can have them because I will have. I don't have time to. And this is another program you have that just joins all the funding. FINEP and BNDES in huge projects, which is Innova. He was launched, the first one was Innova, was agriculture and energy, including smart grid. It is important to say that in this program of energy, we included smart grid, telecommunication, and so on. Part of the huge part is loans from BNDES and grants from FINEP, and 2.2 is equity from BNDES also. So we are joining the funding institutions around projects huge projects that are selected after a call. But the most important thing is all of these programs have software and microelectronics or embedded electronics in the topic. All these programs, oil and gas, health, agriculture, defense, and so on, all of them have microelectronics, sensors, software inside of them. Besides telecommunications and energy, of course. But this is the slide I think that is most important for this discussion. I think that the main challenge we have is how to coordinate all the policies. We have 3 major ministries that design the policies that I was talking about. The Ministry of Communications, Science and Technology and Innovation, and Industry and Foreign Trade. The main issue is how to coordinate this and with the private sector. This is the main challenge that I think that we have, and I suspect that it is not only Brazil that have this kind of issue. We have, we came from a tradition of sectoral policies for a new technology that is pervasive for all sectors. How to work with it? This is the question, I think, that for us in Brazil and perhaps in other countries is the question. How to work in another kind of philosophy. We don't have, it is not an industrial science technology, telecommunication, it is not that. What is this new animal that we have to deal with now? Which is pervasive to all sectors, to several segments, and so on and so forth. This is one economic and political challenge. And more than that, besides articulation and cooperation being the key words of that, I think that the challenge for Brazil that we government has today is how to find solutions. Well, this is another big number for Morgan Stanley, okay? It's not only Cisco that have big numbers, but also Morgan Stanley. How to assure that Brazil is going to participate in this new wave of Internet of Things, okay? Be part of this new wave, at the same time finding solutions for Brazilian people needs. I'm going to explain both concepts. When I say how to participate, to be part of the new wave, is not only to consume the new technology. It's only to be part of the industry and technological development in this field. This is a huge challenge. And we could sum this challenge by saying that we want to participate in this new wave, not because it is fashion, because we have to generate wealth for the present and the future. This is the point. It's not because technology is a good thing to do and it's beautiful and so on. No, it is because we have to generate wealth in the long term. This is one of the main concerns of the bank, long-term development, and of course of the government. Once the bank is one of the arms of the government policies, okay? So the idea is how to achieve a sustainable development path. And this sustainable development path means that we have to produce, to innovate, and to develop in this branch. So this is the second part is something that we, I think that somebody else also told about it. It is not because it's fashion that we have to invest in this. Is to generate wealth, to generate employment, and to help to social include our population. So we think that we need to find solutions for Brazilian people needs. Rio de Janeiro is the 3rd city of the world with the most chaotic traffic in the world after Moscow and Istanbul. I read it yesterday, by the way. Okay, so we have to find solutions for mobility. We have to find solutions for the social inclusion in Brazil. That was something that we have to leapfrog in this moment. Unlike Europe, that is a more equal society, We have a huge inequality in Brazil. And I think that this kind of challenge is very important, because we have, what is the problem here? If you don't do the right choices, we can, instead of diminishing the social inequalities, we can provoke a more inequality and digital divide in the country. So this is our main concern, and this is the great thing. And more than that, we don't think, some people think, well, I'm going to do like a policy, a social policy. I'm going to develop eGov, for example, to do more social, to speed up things with the population. I'm going to develop some health solutions, or for oil and gas, etc. And this is the Ministry of Secretary A, B, C, and I'm going to foster the industry like BNDES. No, these things are not a dichotomy, and they must not be a dichotomy in long term. So this, I think, that is I think lots of slides, because I think that this is the main discussion. Is this slide and this slide. I could resume all my presentation in these two slides. These are the challenges I think we can discuss. My time is over. We can discuss a little bit more, and all the people here already touched some of these points, okay? But I think that these two slides are the great challenge now for Brazil. And my time is over. Sorry, I had to skip lots of things, but the time is not very good. And sorry, Alessandro, because as a matter of fact, I continue the panel of policy in a way. But when I'm talking about cooperation, I think that this is the bridge for the next panel. For this panel, of course, sorry. Because we are talking about how to cooperate amongst all the government bodies and with the government, with the private sector. This is a huge challenge for ourselves, and I think that is the main question that should be addressed. I would like very much to discuss this with you all to help us to go on. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Okay?